Hi guys, my name is Noni Matikela. Welcome to the Noni M podcast. So today I want us to talk about the Senzo Meyiwa case, especially Judge Rata and his behavior today. This judge never stopped to surprise us or amaze us or shock us. Actually, the right word is he never stops to shock us. Hi Sana, today, he was on another level. So before we get into doing that, guys, please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. You are supporting the channel by doing that financially and in numbers. So please make sure. And also do not be shy with the super thanks and everything. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now, let's talk about what was happening in court today. So I'm just going to go brief because I want to focus especially on Judge Rata. So Judge Rata wanted to find out if Judge Mnisi is wow, I'm sure Mnisi is going to become a judge one way or the other. So he wanted to find out if Mnisi is ready to proceed with his cross-examination on the 19th. And the answer was yes, I am ready for the 19th. We are going to proceed with cross-examination with Brigadier Kenneth Sharp. Then Ubaloy stood up and said Mnisi requested the AVL for the red Golf that Mukhola was driving during the arrest of who I choose number one, which is Umuzi Sibiya. Fair enough. Surprisingly, he says they do not have that AVL for that Golf, the red Golf. And then he goes on to say that the site manager who deals with that at SEPS is going to write an affidavit, is going to pen down an affidavit to tell them that red Golf was not has no AVL report because it was not insected with whatever to check its whereabouts. Right. And then Fortuna does have you. So Mnisi requested those. One thing though that I think Mnisi forgot to request is the fingerprint paper that who I choose number one was arrested. When he was arrested, there is a fingerprint paper that he forgot to speak about Mnisi. Now, Mnisi got up and said, I'm going to put this on record that I'm surprised that the Golf, a state car will not have, I think that's what he was alluding to, that state car does not have an AVL, whereas the other one does. That's very surprising. I suppose because that AVL was going to show exactly what Muzi was telling. Muzi's version is that they took him from Tembisa to certain places to beat him up, torture him so that he can agree to do the so-called confession. Yes. So that AVL was going to prove Muzi right if it was going to prove if Muzi is right or wrong with his version. So they are saying now the red Golf did not have at that time, 2020. Anyway, moving forward again with that. So then there's that. Mnisi puts it on record. He's shocked. And one thing that I must tell you, that for me was very surprising. I did not understand that there is a state car out here that does not have an AVL. I was shocked. I was shocked. Indeed, I was. Now, this is where my shocks comes even. My shocking what come even. Wow. Because tell me why Judge Rata, after this conversation is heard, Judge Rata now is asking Mnisi, why are these things only being requested? He was alluding to something like that. That was my understanding. I could be wrong, but that's what he was asking. Why are these things, AVL stuff, are being asked on the right now? And then he further said, why did Muzi not ask Mngomezulu to request these things back then when him and Mngomezulu were working together before he passed away? And then Mnisi was like, excuse me, Judge, because my lord, I was not his attorney at the time, so I am not at any liberty to tell you anything regarding that, whether they discussed it or not. I'm not going to go there. And then somehow now I got the feeling that the judge was actually like making Mnisi answer to that. I want to know, didn't Muzi ask his then late attorney, which is Mngomezulu, to request for this red Golf AVL? Why now are we doing this now? It was never requested. Aibo. Umnisi stood his ground to tell him that his client and attorney privilege. So I'm not going to be discussing that. And this judge was busy, guys. He wanted that information. Why must Mnisi give him that information that is not our business, all of us, including the judge? What was that all about? Did you guys hear him? Did you understand? Or it's just me? Was it just me? Or that was very weird? Was that even right to do? Is that something that a judge is supposed to even ask? What are you discussing with your client as a lawyer? Is that even okay to happen? I was confused. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know much about those things, but I was like, that does not sound right. Why is Nisi somehow being forced to tell the judge during the court process or proceedings while it is live on national television and millions of people do watch that case? Why is the judge asking Nisi to discuss information that he discussed with Usibiya? It did not make sense to me. So, guys, I could be very wrong. You need to educate me when you find this video and tell me, was the judge doing right by asking Nisi to talk about that? Was that fair? I did not understand. Honestly, I honestly did not understand because wow. Because wow, Sana. Because wow, it did not make sense to me. So, what are your thoughts when it comes to that? Because I'm taken aback by behavior of Judge Ratta. And Judge Ratta, every time we come to court, there's something that he will do or say that will make you question him a lot. Question him a lot, question his why is he in this case a lot. He will do something that will prompt you to ask a lot of questions. Because I did not understand Uguti Wenzani. What was that? And it reminds me of a time when Mngomezulu passed away and then Umnisi was picked as someone who's going to represent IQ's number one. Didn't Judge Ratta ask IQ's tell Umnisi to go and look for e-notes Zikam Mngomezulu? That too for me was weird. I did not understand it. Now he's doing this. I shame Judge Ratta. He will make you question him. He will make sure that you question him because that for me was very questionable. I don't know about you guys. Did you notice that? Did you see him in any particular way after he asked that? After Nisi was declining to comment on it, he was like pushing for him to tell the court. And Nisi stood his ground. And it ended there that he's not going to tell him. So what are your thoughts when it comes to that? Because I did not understand. I do not want to lie. I absolutely did not understand where he was going with that. What was he seeking to do? Because there was no clarification of anything there. Mngomezulu is no longer, there's no need to discuss him in that courtroom unless it's necessary. So this was, for me, not necessary to be brought into the courtroom. What are your thoughts when it comes to that? Let's talk with comment section. And I thank you so much for watching the channel. I thank you so much for the growth of the channel. And I thank you so much for everything that you do for the channel. Enjoy your Monday. I will see you on our next video. Bye-bye.